Cade Mil Falcha, lads, and welcome back to the Gaelic Pro Gamers. We're playing Super Return of the Jedi. It's a funny one to start on, but we might as well. It seems to be in vogue. This is not just an action-packed title screen. Before anything even starts, before that thing laughs at me, we're going to change from difficulty brave to difficulty easy. I love that. The default difficulty in a game as tough as this is called brave. I mean, that just says it all, doesn't it? Let's get going. Watch the impressive opening crawl. It's really good how they nail the aspects of the Star Wars movies like that. I mean, it's got the music, it's got the graphics. At the time, it was really impressive. Although, as you'll see now, the font in the opening crawl is a little messed up. Sort of tough to see. Episode V. Return of the Jedi. Sorry, this is Vi, isn't it? Empire Strikes Back is V. Luke Skywalker has returned to his home planet of Tatooine. Didn't Tatooine have two T's? In an attempt to rescue his friend Han Solo from the clutches of the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. He needn't have bothered. Han's dead. He's dead now. Little does Luke know that the Galactic Empire has secretly begun construction on a new armoured space station, even more powerful than the first dreaded Death Star. When completed, we won't let that happen. When completed, this ultimate weapon will spell certain doom for the small band of rebels struggling to restore freedom to the galaxy. And I'm one of those people who believe that the Empire was more or less right. They had a lot of star systems and galaxies to look after. They seem to be doing a good job. I didn't see any real signs of oppression or, people being killed or mistreated under their regime. They seem to have their house in order. But no, now we must go and destroy all of these space stations. I know they have weapons of mass destruction in terms of planetary destroying lasers, blah blah blah, but you need to have weapons as a deterrent. I know it looks hokey now, but for the time that's pretty impressive. That's an impressive effect for this console. And the breathing, it does sound great. Commander, I hope for your sake the new Death Star, that's not Vader's voice, but you know what I mean, will be completed by that fucking hell. Let's go back there, I'm not reading fast enough. Will be completed by the time the Emperor arrives. He is not as forgiving as I am. Oh, I just skipped it, thank you. Meanwhile on Tatooine, Luke, Leia and Chewie racing a land speeder. I don't remember that happening. Towards Jabba the Hutt's palace. I thought this said place there to rescue Han. Let's get going. No time like the present. Now this is strange. This is very F-Zero, isn't it? Oh jeez, I nearly killed myself there. Y is jump and B is to go faster. And so if you play a platform game, you kind of expect the opposite. Y to make you run and B to jump. B is always jump. Why is B not jumping this? This is your mode 7 at play here. That's simple enough. You just gotta occasionally jump. Don't hit those columns. Collect 100 of these and you get a life. It's pretty standard fare. This is the only Super Star Wars game that let you collect 100 of them to get a life. There were some of these in the Empire Strikes Back, but they were pretty rare. And you didn't get a life out of them, just points. And if you got enough points, you could get a life, but that almost never happened. I mean, you lost a lot more lives than you gained in that game. But it is quite simple. Especially if you play on easy. It only changes. I think it might make the bosses tougher, but what it changes most of all is how much life you have. How much life you start with, because you can extend your life. And as dawn approaches, Luke, Leia and Chewbacca begin to climb up the mountainside towards the palace of Jabba the Hutt. Again, none of this happened. I suppose you got to pad it with extra stuff. Now isn't that nice? Nice little tribute that the game defaults to picking Carrie Fisher as Leia in the select screen. That's a nice little tribute, isn't it? This one's for you, Carrie. Except it's not. I'm going to pick Chewie on this one because he's the best choice. He's already moved. See the way he was already moved before the level even began. Watch out for them birds up there, or whatever they are, the dragons. They're one of those enemies that'll take you to the start of the level. They'll just grab you. What kind of makes this game get in general you have two styles. You've got the lightsaber of Luke, and you've got shooters like Chewie and Han. And also Luke, you could fire in the 2 previous games, you could fire a blaster. But assuming you didn't die, you could keep your power-ups. You could keep your blaster power-ups. But in this game, even if you beat a level successfully, your blaster will be reset on the next level. And that's no good. So Chewie, he has his crossbow fucking gun, his crazy, what do you call it, the bowcaster. That's what it was called, wasn't it? And that can be upgraded 4 times. Here's a health power up. Doesn't give you any health, it just extends it. In general, on this level, you want to stay as high as possible. Because otherwise, you're just down there scrapping and doing nothing. It's a very samey kind of game at times. Step on this and occasionally stuff will fall, but occasionally you'll also get hearts. So usually handy for a bit of a recovery if you're lucky, as I am there. Chewie also has a spin move. Hold the A button and he'll just spin around like trying to upend people with his bowgun. That's a strange one, but it can be useful, especially against bosses. We'll be using it to good effect against the boss up here. Oh, that's I didn't need that to happen. You see, it just grabs you and then all of a sudden you're just put in a totally different part of the level. You don't know how to get back. Just gotta get up here. Shoot these lasers. Yeah, see, the sound effects are accurate. See where they're going back. Now that thing there, see that purple icon? That'll make us just go 90. The minute we get that, we'll just go 90. You imagine? So just make up as much distance as you can. Don't worry about your health. Don't dawdle, just keep going. Oh, that's no good. Oh, that's no good. See? Yeah, I'm an expert at this game, I told you. My gosh. This isn't the start of the level, is it? I didn't get any R2s. My god. Let's get back to business. Oh, look at this. Chewie's going crazy. Chewie's going nuts. One thing that I forgot happened in this game, and I just happened to be there a while ago as I was going back to this point. Those are 2 units. They're checkpoints, right? Which is fair enough. Which is good. Good to have checkpoints, but they won't always spawn. Sometimes they will literally just be missing. And that's like, what kind of play is that? This boss seems to be, you know that thing that like answered the door to C-3PO when he banged on the palace of the door of Jabba's palace, and it just came out and it was like waka dooga doogie, and C-3PO was like oh dear, oh goodness, oh my, and they seem to have just like made it a lot bigger and turned it into a boss. I don't know. I suppose it's kind of based on the film. So you can see my tactic here, and you can see, first of all, you can see how big Chewie's health bar is. I only picked up a few swords. He's got quite a lot of health, which helps. So shoot him when you're far away from him, or when he's doing his electricity, and when he starts like pounding the ground, spin into him, and you'll be invincible. And you can do some good damage to him there. This boss seems to cause some people trouble, but it's not so bad. The spin move is good though. Other than that, you have to be patient, because as you can see, the boss health bars are just so vast. I mean, this guy had, I don't know how many dots down the bottom. And then he goes crazy and you win. Thanks, Chewie. With your perfectly straight body there, do you see that? We won't be using much of Chewie after that. This one's a job for Luke. That must be pre-car crash Mark Hamill. Looks a lot better there than he does now. Or than he did back then. So he looks great. Look at his outfit there. He looks the business. So Luke used to be able to use a blaster in the previous game, so that's gone now. He's strictly Force. And he can change the Force power-ups with Select. But there's only, what, 5? And he's lost one of his good ones from Empire Strikes Back. That was Elevate. Which literally, you know, brought you out of holes if you fell down into them. Assuming you could activate it in time. So towards that end, there's really only one Force that you're going to use a lot. That's really useful, and that's Heal, which, as you might expect, for a portion of your Force, you can heal some damage. These lads are tough now. They'll grab you and just like start laying digs into you. See the way I was like phasing in and out of the yoke there. So I just use a bit of heal there. But they'll push it back as well. See the way they threw me back into that? He's going to throw me into that and then that door's going to open. So you got to be really just mashing the jump button just to make sure you don't get done, you know. And these detonators are great to have as well. If you can take them far, enough, you got to kill everybody to move on. Otherwise, it won't let you move on. It's almost like a Streets raid or something. These guys, well, I think they're women. Yeah, they were women dancers, weren't they? They sound like men. They have these voice samples with like nasty static. Yeah, they're just annoying, these guys. You can't really just use the detonators if you get them. Feel like Hans Gruber, you know? Where are my detonators? As Jabba laughs all the while. So yeah, I mean, I know I'm playing on easy, but you can see that you can make fairly quick progress through the levels. Especially if you have the right character. If you have an appropriate character, then you're in good shape. And sometimes it's good to just grind items. You know, there's places where infinite bad guys come out. It can be useful to grind a few items. You know, some health power-ups or whatever. As this guy is just like flame throwing my balls there. Just blowing me right back. It does hardly any damage. Like a punch off those other guys does more damage. There's so many of these. It really is just a gauntlet to get to the end. Another use of the force there. That's a handy force ability, isn't it? Just heal up all your injuries like that. Woohoo! Watch out for the slide. See, that was the first checkpoint. There was probably like 2 before that, but they didn't spawn because there was so many enemies on the screen. Here we go. Here's the big fat lummox there. You want to use the block move here. That'll help. That'll help deflect the bullets towards them. And then take a few swipes at them when you can. Again, it's just a matter of repetition. And we can really kind of... You can try a few jump strikes as well, of course. I do love that move. Double jump and then just swing your sword like crazy. Oh, I'm getting hit too many times here. That's all good. I think that's the guy that... he's like Jabba's right hand man, isn't he? Well, he's more his door opener than anything else. He's like a butler more than anything else. Yeah, that'll do quite a bit of damage to him. You don't want to spend too much time doing it either. Look at the hand in the background there. This is just exciting, isn't it? I mean, you literally can't lose. If you keep doing this, you just can't lose unless he spawns in front of you there. Because that block move will just block anything. Like, see the way he's moving me back even though he's walking into me. Like, nothing happens. It just doesn't do damage quick enough or something. Swinging my sword the wrong way. A lightsaber even. I better stop taking the mickey. Come on. Finally, and then he just explodes. Yes, makes lots of sense. This game.